Hello everyone, welcome back to Roughing the Competition. My name is Brant and this is Trevor. And this is going to be NFL Week 16. And that's it. We don't have a part 2 this week.
Well, we don't have a part 2 this week. But Week 16 is still important. Especially for the playoff matchups only series. Where, honestly, no one cares about games like the Browns versus the Bengals.
They don't. It's true.
They don't. So we're going to skip those games. Alright, let's start off with the NFC playoff picture. Let's put it this way. This team, and this team, the Saints, the Rams, and the Bears have clinched. The Cowboys, Seahawks, Vikings, they got some work to do. So we're going to talk about some of these. Maybe we'll talk about some of these. We'll find out. Alright, let's look at the AFC. The AFC is a little bit clearer, but also a little bit more muddy. This team's clinched, and this team's clinched. This team will probably clinch. This one will probably clinch. It's just a question of these remaining ones. Who's left? So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, I know your Steelers are on the bubble. We'll get to them in a bit.
So close. Just win.
Calm down. We'll get to them. All right, so we're going to kick things off here with a Saturday matchup. It's the Redskins and the Titans. Now, this is a big one. We're talking about two teams here that come in on the verge of being in the playoffs. The Redskins rallied last week, beat the Jags. They now 7-7. The Titans, on the other hand, are battling with the Colts and the Ravens for that last playoff spot. And they're still somewhat alive in the division. They need a win here because they get a matchup with the Colts next week.
Yep.
Think they get the win here?
They're going to get the win here because this is going to be the end for the Red Deadskins.
Aww.
Josh Johnson. I mean, come on. That quarterback's not going to beat the Titans defense. With Derrick Henry, and 2 weeks in a row now, he's done very well.
He has 170 yards, 2 TDs last week.
So
you're taking the Titans?
I'm taking the Titans 100%.
Yeah. Well, let me explain something to you. This is a big game for both teams. It's also the game nobody wants to watch. Let's be honest. This is going to be boring. Mariota versus Josh Johnson. Just to point out last week, Josh Johnson almost doubled Mariota's yards, and Johnson had 150. Which means Mariota threw for 88 yards. So guess what? Taking the Redskins because their defense is better. Here's what their defense did last week. And yes, I know it's the Jags. They won a 16-13 game where Cody Kessler was both the leading passer and the leading rusher, and he barely got over 100 yards if you combine those numbers. 57 yards passing, 68 yards rushing. Ain't getting much done there. I think Mariota's in a world of trouble, and Henry gets bottled up.
Oh.
The Reds can stay alive.
Ew.
You can say ooh all you want because now we're going to talk about your favorite team. All right, we got the Baltimore Ravens against the LA Chargers. Chargers are battling for the division. Coming in here, a win here and a Chiefs loss gives them the lead. The Ravens, on the other hand, are battling for their division too, a half game back of the Steelers. All right, let's get out of the way. Your weekly I'm not picking the Ravens pick.
I picked the Ravens last week.
Out of desperation.
I'm going with the Chargers here. Okay, Chargers. You win. You're looking good. And you help me out. So please.
Basically what he's saying is if you're a Steelers fan, you're rooting for Rivers this week.
Rivers has looked the best he's looked in his whole career this year. For me, personally. And I do think he can kind of dismantle that Ravens defense a little bit. Lamar Jackson's a one-trick pony.
You know, maybe he's just the best quarterback of his draft.
Oh.
Which is why I'm going to go ahead and pick him too. Because I do believe he's the best quarterback of that draft. I also believe this. Chargers won last week over the Chiefs without Eckler or Gordon. Gordon will be back this week and he'll be ready to run. The Ravens, meanwhile, I don't care what you say. Lamar Jackson has yet to throw for 200 yards in a game. So you are a one-dimensional offense.
Or a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Playing a really good Chargers defense. So congrats. You're going to lose. All right, let's go on. Okay, let's talk about the third matchup this week. And this is our weekly salute to Mason as we have the Colts, who are hot, playing the Giants.
There's some fire there, too.
Yeah, that's not kidding. That defense, a 23-zip shutout on the Cowboys. Giants, meanwhile, got shut out themselves on the other end. So who do you think wins?
This is even going on. Odell's not playing again, right?
No, I don't believe so.
So, Colts easily. And future defensive rookie of the year, Darius Leonard.
Maybe.
He's leading the league in tackles.
Yeah.
As a rookie.
He is, but we'll see. It's okay. I'm not going to change it much either. I got the Colts winning here. We'll say this. Ebron, quiet week last week. Cowboys covered him well. Don't know a linebacker on the Giants that can cover him. I think he has a big week. All right, let's talk about a matchup that matters. Texans and Eagles. Oh, my God. Texans 10-4. Looking to win the division this week. The Eagles 7-7, and as though it's a grace from heaven, have got back into the playoff hunt. Do you think the Eagles continue this comeback, or do you think the Texans go and seal off the division?
Going with the Eagles here.
Picking the Dirty Birds of Philly.
Oh, everyone's shocked.
Right.
No, the Eagles are actually... Eagles play better with Nick Foles for some reason right now.
Well, yeah, you won a Super Bowl.
I'm not saying Nick Foles is better than Carson Wentz. I am not, because I don't think that's true. But Nick Foles does fit what Peterson does a little bit better on offense.
Philly fans hate you right now. Just want you to know that.
I've talked to a lot of Philly fans, and they can agree with me.
Poor Philly fans. Anyways, for this matchup, taking the Texans. Here's why. Philly played a hell of a game against the Rams. You did. But this Texans team had to have a comeback to beat the Jets. That ain't going to happen this week. They're going to want to seal off the division. They going to do it here.
We'll see.
Oh, they going to do it. All right. Yes, I know, okay? We have to mention this because for whatever reason, the Dolphins are still alive. The Dolphins have climbed to 7-7. The Jags have a record no one cares about. So, do the Dolphins keep their slim hopes alive?
I think the Dolphins in their playoff runs this week.
Gotcha.
Jaguars defense is going to step up and beat Tannehill and whatever running back's playing that day.
Is Tannehill starting? I thought it was still Brock. Sorry, that's just showing how little I care about the Dolphins. Which is why they're getting poached. Yes, big word, poached. Jags going to eat them alive, and it's going to be from the defensive side. Also, fun stat to watch. Cody Kessler's going to lead both rushing and passing again. Because you know what? Why not? Okay, now that we got that game out of the way, let's talk about a game that's already been decided. Cowboys have a chance to kind of put away the division. Not quite, I know, mathematically. The Redskins and Eagles will still be alive. But they could put it away this week if they can just take care of the Bucs. Bucs have this history of kind of playing well against teams and then they fall apart late. Do they do that this week against the Cowboys?
They are not going to do that against the Cowboys this week.
Okay.
And again, my hatred runs deep for the Cowboys, but they just got shut out and they're probably going to be pretty mad this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Zeke's probably going to go off for about 150 to 200 total yards this week.
There's a good chance of that. There's a good chance Zeke's going to go off. I look for Cooper to bounce back, which is why going with that Dallas Star. I mean, they're playing to save some jobs there in Jason Garrett's coaching staff. Also, Dak's still trying to prove that he's worth a $100 million contract. So, look for the Cowboys to win, move a step closer to clinching their playoff berth. Yeah. All right, let's talk about my favorite game. Yeah, I know. My Lions somehow made it on this list. Probably because they're playing the Vikings. Let's just put it this way. The Vikings stomped the Dolphins. The Lions found a way to lose to Buffalo. So, do you give the Lions any hope?
Poor Lions. That's it. Ain't got nothing else.
That's all you're going to say?
Uh-huh. That's because that guy's not wearing the Lions jersey anymore.
He's not. And Dalvin Cook's wearing a Vikings jersey, and he's looked really, really good the past couple weeks. And Cousins seems to be filling it out, which is why I'm picking the Vikings. Screw that. It's Christmas, baby. One more present. That's all I'm asking for. One more present. Dear Santa Claus.
Knock the Vikings out.
Dear Santa Claus, as you saw from the opening picture, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And all I got to say is yippee-ki-yay because the Lions are going to win that day.
That was a nice little rhyme there.
Thank you. I didn't work on it very long at all. All right, let's go to another fun one. Bills versus Pats. Yes, this is on the list because the Patriots haven't clinched the division yet. And the Bills, well, they have a chance to stop them from clinching the division for a week. So
For 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. So who you give them a chance to here?
I'm going to go with the Patriots. Funny stat, though.
Okay.
For the first time since 2002, Week 15 and 16, the Patriots have lost 2 consecutive December games since 2002. That is absolutely ridiculous. And
Wonder what happened in 2002. Sorry, going back in my head. Trying to remember if that was the Patriots Super Bowl.
Patriots did not make the playoffs that year.
I thought that was 03. No, that was 02. Yeah, it was 02. Dang. Yep, so guess what? Patriots gonna make the playoffs. Patriots gonna make the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's Buffalo. And, I mean, the Dolphins are the only ones that can catch them. So, the Dolphins are going to lose before this. So, Patriots, Brady, you're on the playoffs. Ain't this nice?
It's pretty.
Yeah, you think it's pretty, but in my case, this is nice because I get to watch Maybe As You Cry this week because, well, if the Ravens win and the Saints win, you ain't got the division lead no more.
You want to go ahead and just give your pick first?
No, not yet. You see, I want to say something else. Luckily for you, the Saints have been terrible on offense, and you've been pretty good on defense. But just as I wish for my Christmas present, I also know there's a bad side to Christmas, and if I get my present, someone's not going to get theirs. So the Saints are going to take your Christmas present, and they're going to give the Ravens a chance to take your playoff spot.
Well, the Ravens played before us. So.
I understand. But the Ravens are still going to have that chance.
Was that a question?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Saints kind of need this one. I mean, they want to get the number 1 seed in NFC, I guess.
Yeah, it would lock it up.
But, I mean, I would much rather see my Steelers to kind of lock up a playoff spot as well.
You see the lack of assurity there, folks? This is what we call the face of somebody who knows Drew Brees is about ready to stomp a mud hole in him, and he's going to have to just suck it up and take it like an enema on a bad day.
And just hope their offense can score as many points as theirs can.
Yep. All right, we got one more game on this list. Yes, it's Sunday night. The reason I said there's one more because who the heck would put the Broncos and Raiders up on Monday night?
Week 16, that sucks.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game, though. But Chiefs and Seahawks. Now, the Chiefs coming here off of a 1-point loss. Mm-hmm. The Seahawks, well, I'm not even going to go there. So, who moves a step closer to securing their spot and who moves a step further from securing the spot they want?
Da-da-da-da. And the Chargers take over the AFC West officially with the Seahawks win. Russell Wilson wants a W after that 49ers embarrassing loss. And Seahawks all the way right here.
Folks, that's the guy that's been riding the Chiefs most of the year. He just picked against them in their biggest game this season.
I did. What you going to do about it?
I'm just sad that I was agreeing with you on this. I'm taking the Seahawks, and here's why. This is a matchup of really one matchup on the field. Patrick Mahomes versus the Seattle defense. Mm-hmm. And I think he loses this one because Bobby Wagner is going to take away Kelsey. Hill's played, but he's not healthy. Mm-hmm. And if anybody tries to tell me that Damian Williams is a good back, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot. I don't even want to talk about that no more. You're just an idiot. Russell Wilson's going to pick apart that secondary because it's what Russell Wilson does in games he has to win. And guess what? He has to win this one to lock down the playoffs. Seahawks going to knock off Chiefs. And yeah, Chargers are going to take over the AFC West. And more importantly, home field advantage in the playoffs. Yes, Phillip Rivers, for the first time in years, is going to have a home field playoff game.
Sunny LA.
Yeah, too bad they'll have less fans than the opposing team because, well, it's the Chargers. All right, so quickly, here's the games that, well, don't matter. We have the Packers versus the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is just going to do what he does. Falcons versus the Panthers.
Panthers.
By the way, the Panthers have lost every game since they played.
The Steelers.
Yeah, they were 6-2 at one point, folks. Bears versus Niners. The Niners have been extremely hot, but the Bears' defense has tore apart anything in its path, mainly Goff and Rodgers. Rams versus Cardinals. Yes, that's a game. Yeah, oddly enough, I think the Cardinals might win it. Broncos versus Raiders. One thing's for sure. There'll be a fight. Browns versus Bengals. Who cares?
Browns? I just want the Browns to win out.
I know you do, but honestly, who cares? It's the Browns versus the Bengals.
Well, I want the Browns to win next week, especially because, well, they face a certain team that I dislike.
We'll get to that next week, okay? After you lose
I want
this
to tell
week.
them.
They're playing the Ravens in a matchup no one's going to care about.
So, to a more important business.
Yes, we have one final question. This is the yearly question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? To which we have your 3 answers posted here. Yes, it's the only Christmas movie. It's not Christmas until you see Hans Gruber thrown from the Nakatomi Tower. And, guys, if you got time, go to Amazon, buy the Die Hard Christmas book, read it to your kids. They're going to love it.
It is a movie, and it's a very good Christmas movie.
It is.
And it's the only Christmas movie.
Which, speaking of Christmas, guys, we're going to have a Christmas special coming at you later this week. It's going to involve Christmas presents and wish lists for all 32 teams.
Maybe some cigars, some scotch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe some fancy hats.
Don't get too excited.
All right, guys.
All right. Hopefully you enjoy this week. Another fun edition.
Now, hope you guys like the new edits that we're doing with the videos, because I think they're going to be pretty cool. Maybe you guys actually will enjoy the videos and watch them more.
That is true. It'd be nice. All right, guys. Thanks for taking the time.
See you later.